Good morning, and thank you for joining me today as we read chapter 28 from Job. We've been reading a chapter a day. Today in chapter 28, we continue in, as I mentioned, this long discussion by Job. However, chapter 28 is extremely different from everything else we might see in the book of Job, and might be a little self-contained poem containing wisdom, literature. But it is very different, and it doesn't continue on from last week, and it doesn't really or from yesterday, and it doesn't continue on to tomorrow. So we're going to take this as a little contained unit and see what we can find. So let's read chapter 28 together. There is a sure source of silver, a place where gold is refined. Iron is taken from the earth, rock is smelted into copper. Humans put an end to darkness, dig for ore to the furthest depths, into stone in utter darkness. Open a shaft away from any inhabitant, places forgotten by those on foot. Apart from any human they hang and sway. Earth, from it comes food, is turned over below ground as by fire. Its rocks are the source for lapis lazuli. There is gold dust in it. A path. No bird of prey knows it. A hawk's eye hasn't seen it. Proud beasts haven't trodden on it. A lion hasn't crossed over it. Humans thrust their hands into flint, pull up mountains from their roots, cut channels into rocks. Their eyes see everything precious. They dam up the sources of rivers. Hidden things come to light. But wisdom, where can it be found? Where is the place of understanding? Humankind doesn't know its value. It isn't found in the land of the living. The deep says, "It's not with me." The sea says, "Not alongside me." It can't be bought with gold. Its price can't be measured in silver, can't be weighed against gold from Ophir, with precious onyx or lapis lazuli. Neither gold nor glass can compare with it. She can't be acquired with gold jewelry. Coral and jasper shouldn't be mentioned. The price of wisdom is more than rubies. Cushite topaz won't compare with her. She can't be set alongside pure gold. But wisdom, where does she come from? Where is the place of understanding? She's hidden from the eyes of all the living, concealed from the birds of the sky. Destruction and death have said, "We've heard a report of her." God understands her way. He knows her place, for he looks to the ends of the earth and surveys everything beneath the heavens. In order to weigh the wind, to prepare a measure for waters, when he made a decree for the rain, a path for thunderbolts, then he observed it, spoke of it, established it, searched it out, and said to humankind, "Look, the fear of the Lord is wisdom. Turning from evil is understanding." So what did you hear today? What stuck out to you? As I said, this is very different from the rest of Job. More sounds like a proverb or something from Ecclesiastes, as we studied in the previous two books. As we hear in the first part, just a little juxtaposition. We hear of silver and gold and different precious metals being refined and taken from the earth, and how people can go and find it, but none of these other animals have. But people have the power to be able to go and do it and find it and turn it into these precious things. And then comes wisdom, and wisdom, where do you find that? How does it discovered? Can you refine it? Can you buy it with all of these precious things that people spend all of their time attempting to acquire? The gold and the silver and the lapis lazuli and the jasper and the rubies and the corals, none of that can truly purchase wisdom. Wisdom alone comes from God and from God's ways. Fear of the Lord is wisdom. Turning from evil is understanding. And I know that this is kind of set apart from the rest of Job, but this is a beautiful, beautiful chapter found here. And I hope you find great meaning in this idea that there's so many things that we hold in high esteem, but can be acquired and purchased with money or with precious things. And yet wisdom, understanding, these things that truly matter all come from having a relationship with God. That is the key to it all. And maybe, just maybe, this harkens back to chapter 20, was it 26, I believe? Yeah, 26, where God is basically beyond everything else. And though we've seen a lot of God, we still don't truly understand all of God. So maybe this is a hearkening back to that chapter. Maybe that is where this is being attached to remind us of God's ways and how we only know a little bit of that. Maybe it is something different. But again, as I mentioned, beautiful chapter, full of rich imagery. So write down what you got out of this. Maybe, maybe get a little creative and draw a picture of the comparison of all of these precious jewels and of a relationship with God and those two very different things and the importance of it. You might not be an artist. I'm definitely not, but just drawing on top of writing sometimes helps get that creative and understanding out. So write it down, draw it out, share it with a friend, share it with us. I hope you are doing well. I hope you find great meaning in these chapters, even if they are difficult. Thank you for sticking out with this extra long one today. But I hope you really enjoyed today's and found great meaning in it. Maybe a little bit more wisdom and understanding. Take care of yourselves, and God bless you all.